Riley.
Greg.
Dr. Woollick's been looking for you. Tina has lost consciousness again.
Oh, no.
He said not to worry, but, well, did you see Marco?
Yes, Greg, I did see Marco, and don't worry. After tomorrow, he won't be a problem to anyone ever again.
Vicky, how is it? I just talked to Larry.
Is Tina still unconscious?
Yes, she is.
Excuse me, Dorian. Excuse me, I really can't stay, and I do apologize. I'm on my way to the hospital. I just came by to ask you that I haven't been able to get a hold of Joe, and if he comes by here...
Yes, of course. When he comes by, we'll tell him about Tina and then send him right off to the hospital.
Thank you very much. Excuse me, Mr. Page.
Oh.
Good, I was counting on you being here.
Hello, Vicky. I'm sorry about Tina.
Yes, thank you. We all are. I wonder if I could speak to you privately for a moment.
Yes, of course.
Thank you. You want to come and study?
Now, why on earth would you want to talk to her banker instead of rushing to the hospital to see Tina?
Lansview Hospital? Yes, could you tell me your visiting hours, please?
What can I do for you, Vicky?
Mr. Page, I need $50,000 in cash.
50,000?
Yes. Can I have it tomorrow morning?
And from which account? The foundation or...
No. This has nothing to do with Dorian or the foundation. No. You can take it from my trust account or whatever you think is best, but I absolutely don't want Dorian to know anything about this.
Well, of course.
Can I count on you then? Can I have it in the morning?
Vicky, I doubt very much that it'll be ready in the morning. It'll probably be in the afternoon.
But as quickly as possible?
Yes, definitely.
Good. I'll come to the bank early in the morning and I'll sign whatever papers you want me to sign. I'm going to have to go back to the hospital now. Mr. Page, thank you very much. Would you please make my apologies to Dorian and the others?
Of course. You run along.
Thank you. Good night.
I'll be at the nurse's station right outside if you should need me, Miss Travis.
Thank you.
When I leave this town, it's going to be with Tina. And when I come back, it will be as your son-in-law. Oh, didn't Tina tell you about our little late-night photo sessions? Take a look at what your innocent 16-year-old ward is into. But will the guy on the street know the photos are phony? Will the porno shop that sells them know that? I'm quite sure you don't want to drag Tina through a scandal, now do you?
I don't care what the sign says. I've got to get in there.
I'm sorry, doctor's orders.
But you don't understand. I'm Tina's only living relative. I'm her brother. I came all the way from Colorado to see her.
Oh, well, I hadn't realized that. No one mentioned that you were coming.
I didn't know that you would be here, Victoria.
I'm sure you didn't. Marco, get out of this hospital before I have you thrown out. And I'm not kidding.
Look, would you at least see that Tina gets these? Here. I'll see you tomorrow, Vicky.
He told me he was her brother.
He is not to be allowed into Tina's room under any circumstances. And if he comes back here again, you are to call security and have him thrown out.
Find out anything?
No, Dr. Benson is with Tina now, and they've sent for Dr. Wallace. They promised they'd tell me something as soon as they know something.
But did you see her?
Well, yes, Greg, but she's unconscious.
Honey, there you are.
Joe, thank goodness you're here.
The message I got in New York was garbled. I couldn't get any information from the hospital. How's Tina? How serious is she?
It's a swelling on the brain. That's how Dr. Benson explained it, an accumulation of fluid.
What can they do about it?
Well, darling, they've given her medication to reduce the swelling, and, well, they've taken tests. They did a spinal tap, and they've taken x-rays. At first, they had ruled out all possibilities of there being any hemorrhaging in the brain.
What do you mean at first?
Well, they can't be sure now because she keeps losing consciousness, so we just have to wait and see.
Anything else?
Minor bruises, I think. That's all.
Oh, I can't understand this. How could this happen? Anybody find out why Tina didn't get to school today?
No, I don't know. I can't figure it out either.
Okay. Where did this accident happen?
On Washington Avenue at the intersection of 5th Street.
What's she doing in that part of town?
I don't know,
Well,
sweetheart.
that's nowhere near her school.
And at 9:30 she should have been in school anyway.
Yeah, well, unless she missed the bus. Huh?
Well, if she had done that, she would have walked to school or asked one of the neighbors to drive her.
Did she say anything when you talked to her?
Sweetheart, I didn't really have a chance to ask too many questions. She was very upset and overwrought. At least that's what I assume it was. Darling, she was hysterical. She was terrified of me. It was as if she didn't know who she was talking to, or she thought she was talking to somebody else. And she got so upset the nurse finally had to ask me to leave.
I just wanted to let you know I was here. They moved Tina upstairs. I'm going to go check on her now, and I'll get back to you as soon as I find out anything.
Here, right. Thanks, Larry. Has anybody else been in to see her besides you?
Well, doctors and nurses, I guess.
I know that.
I did.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was hanging around here, and when nobody else was around, I went in for just a second.
Mm-hmm.
She looked okay. Can I get you folks some coffee?
I'd love some coffee, Greg.
Yeah, well, look, Greg, you hang on here. I'll get it, okay? I have to make a couple of calls to the office.
Mrs. Riley? I know it's none of my business, but you didn't say anything to Mr. Riley about Marco.
I know.
How come?
Greg, I will tell him when this is all over. But right now, I don't particularly want to add to his problems. Besides that, my husband has a terrible temper, and quite frankly, I don't know what he would do if he found out.
What a nice surprise.
Sorry, Dick Kraft insisted that I come in here and get me coffee and told me to make myself at home rather than wait in your studio.
Well, that's perfectly fine. I'm glad he did. So why are you here? Is Tina all right?
Oh, no, she's better. Larry called me this morning, and the swelling has gone down.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, well, I took advantage of the time to run a few errands, the first of which is to go to the bank today, but of course, with my luck, there was no traffic on the expressway, so I got downtown too early, and, well, I just thought I'd come by. I hope you don't mind the intrusion.
No, not at all. Sit down. That is, if you don't mind talking while I start getting ready.
No, of course.
You see, I'm taping 2 shows today because one of them is going to be aired while I'm in Vegas.
Oh, so you are going?
Well, yeah. Adam was a very good salesman, I'm afraid.
Why afraid? It should be lots of fun.
Well, yeah, I think it will be. Actually, I think it's just Adam himself.
Do you think that he misinterpreted your acceptance of his invitation?
No. He's reserved a separate suite for me, so I think he understands that perfectly fine. It's just that he is a very complicated man. I mean, just when I think I'm getting a handle on him, he closes the door or whatever. You know, I really don't think I've ever gotten beyond that facade that he shows the world. And I resent that, because we have become very good friends, and I don't see why he can't trust me. Vicky, are you all right?
Oh, yes, I'm fine. Oh, I can get into the bank now. Pat, I don't really know what to tell you about Adam.
Oh, you don't have to tell me anything. It's my problem. Now, what's yours, huh?
I beg your pardon?
Well, there's obviously something wrong. I can see it. And you said that Tina was all right?
Oh, Pat, well, I'm sorry, I can't tell you what it is. Not now, anyway. I really appreciate your concern, but I can't tell you. Maybe Maybe I can when it's all over. Thank you very much for the coffee, and if I don't see you before you go to Vegas, have a very, very nice time. Bye-bye.
I can't stand her guts. I hate that damn Victoria Lord. Because it's either her or me. Don't you understand that? Besides, I'm real jealous. So I'm going to make sure she never sees you again. Because when I'm out, she's in, remember? So I'm going to fix it. So she's gone for good. You know what happens then to Victoria Lord? She's gone. You better be real nice to me, sweetie. Because when she's gone, and if I decide to shove off, you're going to be all alone. And I can't imagine you like that.
Viki. Oh, Viki.
Sorry I took so long. Any news?
No, nothing since you were last here. Where have you been, sweetheart? I had Joanne calling all over the place trying to find you.
Why?
Well, concerned about you, that's all.
Darling, I'm sorry I was late. I got here as quickly as I could. Larry, I was just going to come look for you. We can go in and see Tina now.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid you're too late. She slipped back. She's been unconscious for the last half hour or so.
Landview Health Club.
I have the money.
All of it?
50,000.
In cash?
Exactly as you requested it, Marco.
Very wise of you. All right, it's 5:30 now. Be here at 6 o'clock with the money.
No, I need more time.
Why?
Because I'm calling from the hospital and Tina is still unconscious and I want to stay here until we have some news.
6 o'clock, princess.
He said he'd be back as soon as he could.
Oh, doctor. Well, there's been no change. The vital signs are stable. Viki, why don't you go home and get some rest?
Nope. I have just one more errand to run tonight. Look, Greg, I ought to be back about 6:30. If Joe comes back here, would you please ask him to wait for me here?
Okay.
Thanks. Excuse me.
Sure.
Something I have to talk to you about.
Does it have to do with the murder investigation?
Yes, honey, it does. Shall we sit down and talk about it?
Joe, I accepted responsibility for Tina willingly, and I can also accept the consequences. What on earth is the matter with you?
Sweetheart, you know the threatening notes that Tina got, the ones that told her to go back to California?
Yes?
Well, there have been more of those notes.
Why wasn't I told?
Well, honey, when I showed you the first two, you got very upset.
Well, darling, initially I was upset, of course, because it reminded me of that awful period in my life.
That's why I told Tina not to tell you. See,
Sweetheart, that was wrong. You should have told me. She needs to be protected.
Viki, this is going to be extremely painful for you. But we're going to make it through this, you know? Trust me. But most of all, you must have faith in yourself. One of the notes that Tina got recently was signed in. The last note she got was signed Nicky. Honey, there have been other signs that Nicky Smith has returned.
I don't know what kind of a cruel game someone is playing, or what kind of evidence you say you have, but it's not true. Nicky is gone. She's never coming back, Joe. So why don't you just tell me whatever this information is that you have, and we can clear it up once and for all. Please.
Vinny got a telephone call from the phone company. Nicky Smith used him as a credit reference.
Go on.
Vinny and I checked out Nicky Smith's hotel room. We found the blonde wig, the clothes, the landlady's description, everything fits. Nicky Smith has been seen in Ernie's bar. Honey, the notes to Tina are the most important indication.
You think I wrote them?
Oh, no. No, honey, no. Not you. Nicky Smith.
Darling, I have no hostile feelings for Tina, repressed or otherwise. I love that child.
I know you love her. Isn't it possible that her presence triggered feelings that we thought were long gone, but weren't? I discussed it with Will Vernon. He said that's a possibility.
You talked it over with Will Vernon and not with me? Oh, Joe, how could you? Who else have you discussed it with? Oh, my God, Tina! You told Tina! That's why she's so afraid of me. That's why she was going to run away with Marco Dane. Oh, Joe. And in all this time, you never once came to me. You never confronted me. You never gave me a chance to defend myself.
I don't need to confront you until...
Until what? Until you were sure? Is that right?
I wanted to protect you.
But then why are you telling me now?
Because I had no more other choice.
Why?
Viki, the police discovered that the murder weapon is pawned under the name of Nicky Smith. The police think that Nicky Smith murdered Marco Dane.
Oh, God, no. Oh, no, Joe. Oh, tell me this isn't...